Welcome to Stuck, Time to Improv. I'm Mary Scott with BusinessRiff, and I want startups to be wildly successful. Today, we're going to be talking about a particular kind of funding with our special guest, Saida Cornejo Zuñiga from WePower. Thank you so much for coming, Saida.
Yeah, Mary, thank you so much for having me. Appreciative of the opportunity to just share some more resources in the ecosystem for entrepreneurs.
Okay, great. So let's talk a little bit about WePower, and then we can go into the Kiva funding program.
Yeah, of course. So WePower is a nonprofit organization, and we do a lot of transformational systems work. So we do that through early childhood education, which is more of our civic advocacy, political advocacy, and organizing work. And then we also have our community wealth building and our entrepreneurship side, where that's a lot of the work that I'm doing with entrepreneurs, with small business accelerators in addition to capital opportunities and business knowledge, so that entrepreneurs have some of those resources to take their business to the next level.
Okay, great. And we're looking for startup funding, which is very hard to get in early stages. So let's talk about the Kiva program.
Yeah, no, that's very true. And I think it's particularly hard as well for entrepreneurs of color. So WePower specifically focuses on Black and Latino entrepreneurs. And, there's some of the entrepreneurs that are excluded from traditional forms of capital very often because of, credit scores or collateral, assets, not meeting some of those requirements. And so we look at having non-traditional forms of funding to continue to have capital be accessible for those entrepreneurs. And one of the things we're doing is Kiva. So we have a partnership with Kiva, which is an international online crowdlending platform. And this partnership allows us to provide loans, zero interest loans, ranging from 1,000 to 15,000, no fees for entrepreneurs that are just getting started or entrepreneurs that need a little bit of more cash flow, right, for operational expenses, things of that sort. And also for entrepreneurs that are looking to build and foster their business credit, right? That's one of the things that I think as an entrepreneur, we learn to begin to separate our personal credit and finances with our business. And so Kiva is also a very good opportunity to begin and continue to develop that so that the business can stand on its own.
And startups traditionally need those little bitty loans. I know when I was a startup, I needed $15,000 for a piece of equipment. And then what I did was I leased it to buy. So that was building up business credit as well
Yep.
as actually being able to use the equipment to do the video production I needed to do at the time. So, what kinds of businesses has Kiva been able to help so far?
Yeah, so and I wanted to touch very briefly on the point that you said, those microloans. I think that's very important for businesses. And other institutions, banking institutions don't generally do those microloans because it's costly on their end. But Kiva really focuses on the missing micro, what they call it, right? So that they're at the bottom of the stepping stone to continue for entrepreneurs to continue to access more capital. And so getting this microloan, showing that history of repayment is a good thing on their history, so that when they do go to seek larger forms of capital, they have that under their belt. Um, the types of businesses, really any business. Kiva supports any type of business as long as you mostly all types of businesses as long as you have your business registered. So that is the one thing that your business does have to be registered. But we've worked in the past with an individual that had a juice business, retail and apparel, also a restaurant, right? We helped them get their one of their large equipments for their kitchen. So any type of business, as long as it's registered, locally, we have a lot of mom and pop shops. We have a lot of people that are doing, starting their business on the side or from their house, and so they're looking to build those things up. So really, as long as it's registered, you're 18 and above, you can go ahead and take a look at it. And I'm happy to be a resource as well for the St. Louis region.
What is the application process like?
Yeah, so the application process takes about a couple of days, really. The things that Kiva asks, there's no minimum credit score. That I know that's sometimes a barrier. So no minimum credit score. You don't have to provide a business plan. You don't have to provide financial statements. Although if you do have them, it's just better for you to secure a larger loan. But the application is itself is very low barrier. It really just asks you for Kiva focuses on something that they call social underwriting. So rather than looking at your financials, they look at you as a character. And so your application is going to ask, your background, your passion, why did you start your business? Do you have a community of people that is invested in your business? And so you'll have opportunity to share more about you, who you are as a person, your business, and then some more information on your business, such as your socials and things like that.
And that's where you should not be at all embarrassed about telling your own story.
Very true.
Even if it's, if it makes you feel a little uncomfortable, practice
Yeah.
and tell your
It's
story.
No, you're completely correct because I think sometimes we forget to include our own personal stories when talking about our business, but it derives from our experiences, right? More often than not, our businesses, and so being able to share a little bit about that looks really good for Kiva because they just want to know that you're a passionate person and you really want to take your business to the next level and continue
But
to
you want
grow.
to accomplish something and change the world, and you will definitely pay back the loan in the process.
Yes. Yeah. And so that's one of the things that it's zero interest because the people that lend on Kiva do so for the impact that they have in your business and for the impact that you have in your community. And so they're not looking for a return on their investment. They're just looking to support entrepreneurs in their journey.
And building credit is one of the first things a startup needs to do.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, Saida, for
Yes.
telling us about the Kiva program and WePower. And we'll put contact information in the comments so people can find out more about you if they want to, and WePower. So thanks again.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for having me, Mary.
And I'm Mary Scott with BusinessRiff. I want startups to be wildly successful. One of the best things you can do to accomplish that is book a call with me at businessriff.com. See how we can collaborate. And join us again next time for Stuck, Time to Improv.